And here we are back in Chicago for number 3. Number 3 between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. And this was a beautiful, beautiful game. As you can see, just right there, 21 points in the fourth quarter. And that's without Hawkinson. Let's look at the stats. And once again, Jared Goff. Just a great guy. You know, he's just a great guy. Although Justin Fields, another. Man, I mean, put him on your fantasy team. Are we at Justin Fields as a QB1 in fantasy at this point? I mean, he's had back-to-back games of like 130 or 140 plus rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. Hey, 12 for 20. I mean, I guess he threw a pick 6. That doesn't help. That kind of hurts the score. But look at all his touchdowns. I mean, he had he had one of the best rushing days of the week. Better than most running backs, if not all the running backs. Maybe not Jonathan Taylor, but my goodness, Justin. He's fast. And they couldn't catch him. He was running, and the Lions safeties, defensive backs, hey, I know the Lions defense is really bad. Like, really bad. Like, not even a little bit good. Like, extremely bad. I know they're, like, they're, like, close to, like, borderline, like, historically bad. Yeah. Really bad. But Justin Fields really outran their corner. Like, they couldn't catch him. And I didn't know he was that fast. I know he was a freaking hunk. Dude's buff as heck. But, hey, flying on the field, scoring touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, 13 rushes, 147. I like I love that the coaches are just letting him play, and the Bears all of a sudden are scoring. I mean, I'm sure they changed some things. He really relies on Kmet, and that's great. And his throws are, 12 for 20. They hold him back from trying to throw the ball too much, but they really gave him free range on the rushes, which is wonderful because if you're going to start a quarterback, play him in the way that he would like to be playing, at least as a rookie. At least as that. Tailor your offense to it. And I feel like in the beginning of the season, they're kind of maybe trying to hold him back or something like that. Those games were very sloppy against the Niners and others. And now he's just rushing for massive yards. Eventually, they're just going to have so many spies on him. It's going to make it a nightmare. I don't know why you don't just lean on it and then figure out the passing later. Like, whatever. Their record's not great. So you just try to figure it out. 3-7 is not exactly where you want to be. Let Fields play. Let the team play, and then I don't know, though. I mean, I guess you gear up one more year and try next year. Hey, they were considered to be a 4 or 5 win team at best, and they're already at 3. And they're scoring, which is exciting. And once again, that comes back to my point. If you're going to be a bad football team, at least score points. Be aggressive. Have fun. Make it entertaining. I hate when bad football teams come into games and they're like, all right, if we can just keep them off the field, we can only lose by 7. And then people will think we shouldn't fire our coach. No! Throw it downfield. Let Justin Fields run it. Score some damn points. And the Lions have the same attitude. I loved it. Regularly, this guy, think about this game. This is monumental. Lions-Bears playing. If you go back the past most years, even the years with Matthew Stafford, you think Lions-Bears. Well, what are we looking at? Like a 9 to 11? You're just looking at a slog fest. Just get who is it? I don't know. Just remind you of some like Ken Stabler versus George Blanda. I think they played on the same team, which is hilarious. But just what are we watching here? Are we watching the Wing T by Michigan in 1923? I don't even know if they ran the Wing T. Either way, that's what I would think of. A boring, old, bad team NFC North matchup in Chicago in November. Probably cold, probably terrible. 31-30. 21 points scored in the fourth quarter by the Detroit Lions. One thing hasn't changed. The two teams are still really bad, as they usually are. But, hey, it's number 3 on the weekly top 5. Pro football's weekly top 5, that is, in week 10. That means it's a pretty good game. Pretty exciting. Go for it. Go for it on 4th down. As I always say, if you play Madden, they should play NFL like that, like they play Madden. No punting. No field goals. Always go for 2. And always go for an onside kick. It's the only way to roll. Once again, Goff looks great. Wonderful tosses. Once again, Goff looks great. 3-6. They're doing awesome. No, he looks good. I don't know. I think Jared Goff's got some space in his career, if the Lions don't want him, to... I bet someone takes a swing on Goff in a Kirk Cousins / Derek Carr style. At least in a Carson Wentz attempt. I could see Jared Goff. I don't know if he should stay with the Lions. I mean, unless the Lions can figure out what defense is. I mean, you know, it's not really his issue. It's really not the offense's issue. They scored points. They had yards. They got up and down the field a little bit. They've been scoring all year. Figure out this defense, and all of a sudden, hey, they could be contending. Oh, and the Lions have been on this show a lot of times, too, so that's very exciting. Go Detroit. 31-30. I know Justin Fields threw a pick 6 pretty much to seal the game at the end. And they were down there ready to win it. I believe that the Bears were right there at the end of the game. No, they weren't. They just got sacked a lot towards the end. Sorry, Chicago. Maybe next week. Hey, keep your hopes alive. Justin Fields. Good player. Let's move on.